Christopher Robert Evans was born on June 13, 1981. He is an American actor, best known for his portrayal of Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe (MCU) series of films. Evans began his career with roles in television series, such as In Opposite Sex in 2000. Following appearances in several teen films including 2001's Not Another Teen Movie, he gained attention for his portrayal of Marvel Comics character Human Torch in 2005's Fantastic Four, and its sequel Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Evans made further appearances in film adaptations of comic books and graphic novels, TMNT, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and Snowpiercer. He portrayed Captain America in several MCU films, namely Captain America: The First Avenger, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and Captain America: Civil War, and the ensemble films The Avengers, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Avengers: Infinity War, and Avengers: Endgame. His work in the Marvel series established him as one of the highest-paid actors in the world. Besides comic book roles, Evans starred in the drama Gifted, the mystery film Knives Out, and the television miniseries Defending Jacob. He made his directorial debut in 2014 with the romantic drama Before We Go, which he also produced and starred in. Evans made his Broadway debut in the 2018 revival of Kenneth Lonergan's play Lobby Hero, which earned him a Drama League Award nomination. Early life. Evans was born in Boston, Massachusetts, and grew up in the nearby town of Sudbury. His mother, Lisa "Nay" Capuano, is an artistic director at the Concord Youth Theater, and his father, Bob, is a dentist. Evans' ancestry includes Italian and Irish. His parents divorced in 1999. Evans has two sisters, Carly and Shauna, and a brother, actor Scott Evans. He and his siblings were raised Catholic. Their uncle, Mike Capuano, represented Massachusetts' 8th Congressional District. He enjoyed musical theater as a child, and attended acting camp. He played Randolph McAfee in the musical Bye Bye Birdie. He and siblings also performed in front of relatives during Christmases, recalling that being on stage felt like home. Before starting his senior year of high school, Evans spent the summer in New York City, and took classes at the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute. Evans graduated early from Lincoln-Sudbury Regional High School. Career. Evans's first credited appearance was in a short educational film titled Biodiversity: Wild About Life, in 1997. In 1999, Evans was the model for Tyler in Hasbro's board game Mystery Date. The special edition of the game included an electronic phone, which Evans is shown speaking into on the game box. In September 2000, he moved to Los Angeles, and lived in Oakwood Apartments in Toluca Lake, a complex where he met fellow young actors. When he recalled of his experience during this time, he said, "You make a lot of strange connections with a lot of thirsty people, but you kind of are one of the thirsty people too." It was a great time. It really was. It's like the LA Welcoming Committee. For his first comic book role, he portrayed superhero Johnny Storm/Human Torch in Fantastic Four, based on the Marvel comic of the same name. Upon release, the film was a commercial success despite a divided reception. In his mixed review, Joe Layton of Variety praised the cast for their efforts and thought Evans gave a charismatic breakout performance. 2 years later, he reprised the role of Johnny Storm/Human Torch in the sequel Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Toronto stars Rob Salem thought the film was a significant improvement from the first, and the critic from Chicago Reader thought the cast were amusing enough to carry the sequel. In 2016, reflecting on his experience of the Fantastic Four films, Evans said they left him a little uneasy, because the movies weren't exactly the way I'd envisioned them. He voiced the character Casey Jones in the animation TMNT, 2007, based on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic book series. The film was released by Warner Brothers Pictures and the Weinstein Company, to mixed reviews from critics, but was a commercial success, grossing $95 million worldwide. Next, he starred in Danny Boyle's science fiction thriller Sunshine, about a group of astronauts on a dangerous mission to reignite the dying sun. It garnered generally favorable reviews. Roger Ebert wrote the cast were effective, they almost all play professional astronauts/scientists, and not action movie heroes. He also had a role in the comedy drama The Nanny Diaries, 2007, in which he plays the love interest to Scarlett Johansson's character. His final release of 2007 was Battle for Terra, another science fiction animation, about a peaceful alien planet which faces destruction from colonization by a displaced remainder of the human race. It premiered at the 2007 Toronto International Film Festival, followed by a wider theatrical release in 2009. Critical reception was largely mixed. Review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes gave the film an approval rating of 49% based on 95 critics. In 2010, Evans signed on for a multi-film deal with Marvel Studios to portray Marvel Comics character Captain America. Evans initially rejected the part, but he consulted with Robert Downey Jr., who encouraged him to take the role. At Marvel's persistence, Evans accepted, and he went to see a therapist afterwards. He found the character fun to portray and added, "I think Marvel is doing a lot of good things right now." The first film to be released was Captain America, the First Avenger. The story follows the protagonist who is transformed into the super soldier Captain America, and must stop the Red Skull from using the Tesseract as an energy source for world domination. The film was a critical and commercial success, earning over $370 million worldwide box office. In their positive review, the Sydney Morning Herald thought the film was a fresh twist on 20th century history, and praised Evans' confident but subtle treatment displayed in his role. A year later, he reprised the character in The Avengers, with a large ensemble cast that included Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, and Jeremy Renner. The feature was another commercial success. It grossed $1.519 billion, and became one of the highest-grossing films of all time. Review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes gave the film an approval rating of 92% based on more than 350 reviews. In 2014, Evans starred in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, the sequel to Captain America: The First Avenger. In the film, Captain America joins forces with Black Widow and Falcon to uncover a conspiracy within the spy agency SHIELD, while facing an assassin known as the Winter Soldier. Principal photography began in August 2013. Evans prepared by undertaking 3 months of strength training and learning all the fight sequences. Similarly to the first film, it was well received and a commercial success, grossing $714 million worldwide. Peter Howell of Toronto Star thought Evans was impressive for bringing the comic book character to life, despite the plot being a little too complicated. Evans has said The Winter Soldier was his favorite Marvel film because he started to understand his character, and enjoyed working with directors Anthony and Joe Russo. In March 2014, Evans said he may consider doing less acting, so that he can focus on directing. In the same year, he made his directorial debut in the romantic comedy Before We Go, in which he also starred opposite Alice Eve. The film tells the story of 2 strangers who meet at Grand Central Terminal, and form an unlikely bond overnight. It premiered at the 2014 Toronto International Film Festival. The New York Times critic, Ben Kenensberg, opined that it was a moderate effort and the actors' chemistry made it watchable. In the same year, he starred in another romantic comedy, opposite Michelle Monaghan in Playing It Cool. The following year, he played Captain America again in Avengers: Age of Ultron, the sequel to 2012's The Avengers. In 2016, he reprised the role in Captain America: Civil War, the sequel to Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Both of these films were box office hits, grossing $1.4 billion and $1.1 billion worldwide, respectively. The Hollywood Reporter later learned that his salary for Civil War was $15 million. Evans starred in the family drama Gifted in 2017, about an intellectually gifted 7-year-old who becomes the subject of a custody battle between her uncle, Evans, and grandmother, Lindsay Duncan. Although set in Florida, filming took place in Georgia to take advantage of the state's financial incentive of $3 million. The film received a favorable response, Empire magazine opined that Evans played his part with conviction despite a predictable plot. In the same year, he was invited to join the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. In 2018, he starred in the sequel Avengers: Infinity War, and in spring 2019, the fourth sequel, Avengers: Endgame. Both of these were directed by Anthony and Joe Russo. They had intended to film them simultaneously but scrapped the idea due to complexities. Evans admitted that he and Scarlett Johansson did not see the full script to Avengers: Infinity War before filming, saying, "We had to fight to get an actual paper script. They were giving us either pages or bits on an iPad. It's been tricky." While USA Today opined that Evans and co-star Chris Hemsworth were a blast to watch in Avengers: Infinity War, the reviewer from Time magazine criticized the film for its lack of pacing and substance. When Avengers: Endgame completed filming in October 2018, Evans explained that it was emotional. "For the last month of filming I was letting myself go to work every day and be a little overwhelmed and a little nostalgic and grateful. By the last day, I was bawling. I cry pretty easy, but I was definitely bawling." The fourth sequel grossed $2.7 billion worldwide, and the filmmakers were praised by The Telegraph's Robbie Collin for creating one of the most entertaining films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Evans made his Broadway debut in the play Lobby Hero, directed by Trip Coleman, which opened in March 2018 at the Helen Hayes Theatre as a part of Second Stage Theater's first Broadway season. Ben Brantley of the New York Times labeled it a terrific Broadway debut and found his performance to be a marvel of smooth calculation and bluster. Evans was nominated for a Drama League Award. In 2019, Evans played an Israeli Mossad agent in the Netflix thriller The Red Sea Diving Resort, loosely based on the events of Operation Moses and Operation Joshua in 1984-85. Frank Scheck of The Hollywood Reporter gave the film a mixed review. He thought Evans gave a sincere performance, despite observing weaknesses in the film's pacing and tone. Later that year, he starred as a spoiled playboy in Rian Johnson's mystery film Knives Out, which received positive reviews from critics and grossed $309 million worldwide. In 2020, Evans appeared in Defending Jacob, an Apple TV crime drama miniseries based on the novel of the same name. He played Andy Barber, an assistant district attorney whose son is accused of murder. Daniel Feinberg of The Hollywood Reporter praised his performance, writing, "Evans is sturdy and conveys the right measure of empathy and fear." In December, it was announced that Evans was cast in an Adam McKay-directed comedy film for Netflix called Don't Look Up, featuring an ensemble cast including Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep, Cate Blanchett, Jonah Hill, Timothy Chalamet, Kid Cudi, Matthew Perry, and Ariana Grande. Evans is also set to play the titular role in the upcoming Pixar film Lightyear. Evans is a student of Buddhism. He is a fan of the New England Patriots, and narrated the documentary series America's Game, the story of the 2014 New England Patriots and America's Game, 2016 Patriots. While filming Gifted in 2015, Evans adopted a dog named Dodger from a local animal shelter. Evans affirmed his support for same-sex marriage in 2012, stating, "It's insane that civil rights are being denied people in this day and age. It's embarrassing, and it's heartbreaking. It goes without saying that I'm completely in support of gay marriage. In 10 years we'll be ashamed that this was an issue." In August 2016, he supported Massachusetts Attorney General Maura Healey's continued enforcement of the state's ban on assault weapons. Evans endorsed Hillary Clinton in the 2016 presidential election, and has been critical of President Donald Trump. After Alabama enacted the Human Life Protection Act in May 2019, which imposes a near-total ban on abortions in the state, Evans called the bill absolutely unbelievable and continued by writing, "If you're not worried about Roe v. Wade, you're not paying attention." In July 2020, he launched a Starting Point, a website that presents both the Democratic and Republican point of view on dozens of issues across the political landscape. In October, Evans participated in a virtual fundraising event in support of Joe Biden in his 2020 presidential campaign. Personally, I am a huge fan of Chris Evans. So that is for today, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.